Good morning, it's Alan Glasby from Kestrel Business Assist here with David Russell. David's a professional racing driver originating from the Northern Rivers. He has delivered standout performances in the Porsche Carrera Cup and the Fujitsu V8 series, and he first came to prominence driving a little Proton in the GT Championships in the early 2000s. He recently partnered Todd Kelly in the Nissan Altima in the V8 Supercar Endurance rounds as part of the main V8 Supercar series. He also drives the awesome Lamborghini LP 560-4 for Largo Racing, and this includes a second place in the Malaysian 12-hour at Sepang. Hi, David.
How are you going?
Motor racing is a very expensive sport. How do you gain the sponsorship to sustain this sport?
Yeah, well, you're right. It's obviously motorsport. It collectively costs a lot of money when you look at the crew and the team and the running cost of the car. For me, it's something that we need to be able to have something to sell the sponsors. Not only that, and that comes from several ways. The first one is the overall branding on the car. At the moment, though, the marketing dollar and the spend for companies is getting lower and lower. So what we need to do is try and match that to maximise and add value to it. So these days it's not about just putting a logo on the car, it's what you can do behind the scenes. And that's the way I sort of try and structure my sponsorships. So I will look at the contacts that I have in the range of contacts that I meet across various areas, and I list their businesses down, what they do, and potentially how there could be some synergies with other businesses or contacts and sponsors.
So like the online world we're all working in today, it's all about networking? And
it is, for sure. The biggest one on the networking side of it is introducing those business-to-business opportunities that hopefully there's a transaction or a relationship made that you can also be the beneficiary of that, where they go through and actually get something out of that sponsorship through a relationship that they wouldn't have had before, and that's happened a few times where you're able to keep a sponsor for a lot longer when they know that they're getting repeat business and more customers or extra contracts or tenders or whatever it is in the business that they're in. So
the sponsorships the people that are involved in the car would come from a wide range of companies usually? Yeah,
for sure. Look, I've had sponsors that aren't just in the automotive industry. A lot of people think that motorsport is very, of course it's automotive industry based, but a lot of sponsors see it as a branding opportunity. The TV side of things is, depending on the airtime and live TV, motorsport is seen, because it starts in late February and goes till December, their marketing spend is actually spread across a much longer period. If you look at AFL and some other sports, well then it may only go for a shorter period of time, so They can extend that. But also there's the opportunities as well that motorsport will allow in terms of the corporate hospitality and some of those things, and that's where some of those relationships between businesses can also be done as well. Over a cold beer or a cup of coffee at watching the motor racing, they might be talking about their businesses and potentially how they could create a partnership with others. And for me, it's more about structuring that and working out how each year, trying to renew that sponsor, what I can bring to the table to not only ask for sponsorship and show them the right branding and say, look, the car looks great, but by the way, I've actually got a new customer or a new deal for you. One of the sponsors that I have now that has joined me is a marketing firm that does social media and also search engine optimization as well. So they will join my group of partners and give them almost a turbo boost, if you like, for their search engine. Yeah, so I've actually done a little bit of a background to search that and have a look to see where they sit, and I'm pleased on some of the businesses because they're actually a lot further down the order. So when I talk to them about it, I think they should be quite excited by that, and it's a value add. It's not going to cost them anything. They're not locked into a contract, and it's just something that if you do your research, you're smart about it, and you try and create these other opportunities.
You as a driver, you mean?
Yeah, and other avenues, well then it's a lot easier to renew your sponsors.
So the team has its pack of sponsorship, and you have personal sponsors that you'll take with you from car to car and drive to drive?
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that I always try and have those personalised relationships, so that whatever team I might be driving for, that they can come along with me. And to keep having that relationship. And funnily enough, you might go to another team and you look at some of the sponsors and you go, oh, wow, that's going to be a great synergy. You talk to their commercial director and see if you can line something up. And, you know, for me, it's very important on that aspect of it to have all the other things lined up, not only with your driving, but also to have that, it's almost like I'm handling and the driver and also the commercial manager of like I have
your own brand.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have a manager that does my PR and contracts and all that sort of stuff. But I always say that there's no one better to look after your career than yourself. So and that's, I definitely work very hard on the racing side of it when I'm in the car, of course. And if your results aren't there, you haven't really got too much to sell these guys. So, I've got to make sure I'm driving well and with the right team and able to get the results. And obviously in the past we've been able to be in the top 3 of championships in every category that we've contested. So that's been
well, you're just there and thereabouts. You're knocking on the door so hard. They got to listen with a full-time driver soon, David. I hope so. Thank you very much for your time today, and I wish you all the very best in your career.
Great, thank you.